Hello and welcome to Pet Pals. I'm your host, Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control. And joining me as always is volunteer and animal wrangler, Randy Cooper. And as you can see, we have a big first guest today. This is Kubo, and he is actually a puppy. He's 11 months old. He's a Newfoundland, and he's actually going to get bigger. This breed can grow until they're about 2 years old, so we are looking for somebody for him that has large dog experience, and he is going to be puppy process, which means that we're going to take up to 4 applications for him to find the right fit, because he is a puppy, so he still has all of those things that he needs to learn: good manners, not to pull, not to jump, and he's really large and very strong, so he can knock you over. That's something to be considered if you have kids in your home, especially if they're small. He's not trying to be aggressive. He just is large and doesn't know necessarily how much power and strength that he has. That's actually one of the reasons that he ended up here at the shelter with us, because he was knocking down the female dog that was already existing in the home. And so they had to make a choice. So fortunately, Kubo ended up here with us, but we're hopeful that we can find him a great new family. He's, for a puppy, he's very calm most of the time. We fitted him for a harness yesterday, and he just kind of stood there, didn't move, let us do whatever we needed to do, and he loves to cuddle, as you can see. We had him out at an event recently, and he was fine with even the small dogs. Maybe wanted to play a little more than they wanted to play with him. But he's very good with other dogs that were passing by. He just wanted to interact with them. Sometimes he's a little shy. He wants you to approach him a little slower. He doesn't want you to run right up to him. But he was good with kids, good with all kinds of people. And he's going to be a great dog if you have the right home for him. This is not going to be the type of dog that you want to get if you live in a small home or an apartment and don't have the time to get him the exercise that he needs. So if you think that you're going to be a good fit for Kubo, please stop in and visit him at Frederick County Animal Control. Our next guest is noticeably smaller in size. This is Isabella, and she is a 3-year-old pug mix. She is very, very sweet, but she can be a little shy at first. It takes her a minute to kind of warm up. Same type of thing. Don't come at her really quickly. She was at an event recently as well, and people had shopping bags, and coming towards her with a loud noise kind of made her take a few steps back. But then when she decides on her terms that she wants to come up, she loves to be petted and played with. She loves to cuddle. If you're looking for a dog to kind of sit on your lap and hang out and watch some TV, Isabella's going to be a great fit for you. She fell asleep on my lap last night, so she just loves to be petted and cuddled. She does still like to play. I found that she doesn't actually like to play with toys that are appropriately sized for her. She thinks she's a bit of a big dog and wants to play with big toys and carry them around and tear them, shake her head and have lots of fun with that. She walks really well on her leash, but for all dogs that are small in size, we do recommend harnesses, because sometimes they can slip their collar, and we don't want them to be potentially hurt or to get out as strays and then end up here with us. We want to make sure that they all stay safe. She is full of life. She loves to get into stuff. She's sniffing all around. Last night she was pulling toys out of buckets at a pet store, so she knows what she wants, and she is very willing to get it when the opportunity arises. She has a little coat that she likes to wear, and so all the kennel techs tell me how excited she gets when she gets to put on her little coat. But she is a very sweet girl, and she's going to be looking for her new forever home. If you're interested in Isabella, hoping to have someone to cuddle with on those cold winter nights, please stop by and visit her. Our next guest is Leo, and he is a 1-year-old boxer mix, and he pulls a little bit on the leash. As you can hear, he's kind of making a little bit of a coughing noise as he's pulling on his leash. So that's something that you're going to need to work on Leo with if he becomes a new part of your family. We've changed his lead to a slip lead harness so that it doesn't pull so much on his neck, but pulls further back on his shoulders and his chest. So he might benefit from a harness. So you can take him to your local pet store and kind of fit him, and that'll help
Let him see that
so that he's not pulling so much when he's walking. It also gives you good control because he is just 1 year old, and so he does still need some basic manners on how to walk nicely on leash and not jump and pull and things like that. But he is a beautiful dog. He's got gorgeous eyes. He's got that one blue eye, and it really stands out, and it matches his bandana today. So he's just a handsome guy. He's full of energy, full of life, loves to play, but he's going to need a little work. Like a lot of dogs that come from the shelter, it's important for their new families to make sure that they are training them, because things that are cute initially maybe get old after, day 300 of them pulling and jumping all over you. So you want to make sure that you train them to be the type of dog that you want to keep in your home forever, and that does take a little bit of work. Leo will be going home for $92.50, which is what our normal dog price is here at the shelter. That includes spay and neuter, rabies vaccination, county license, distemper vaccine, Bordetella vaccine, microchipping, and then that free well visit to your vet. So you really can't beat that price. As I always say, my free animals don't cost more than that. Because then you have to pay the full price for the spay and neuter and all of that stuff. So you really can't beat the prices that we offer here at the shelter. And rescuing an animal is the best. A rescue animal is the best animal because they really appreciate and know the love that you're giving them, and you just can't replace that love. But Leo is going to make a great dog for any family as long as you have the time to commit to him. You can stop by and see him. We are open 6 days a week here at Frederick County Animal Control. This is Max, and he is a 7-month-old hound mix, and he came to the shelter because his owners just didn't have time for him. Puppies do take a lot of time. It's work to make sure that they're properly house trained, to make sure that they walk well on leash, they have good manners, they're not jumping all over stuff, counter surfing, doing all those types of things. So they do take a little bit of your time, and they need a lot of exercise, and it's important to make sure that when you're coming to the shelter and you're looking for a dog, that you're picking out the appropriate dog for your family. Do you have time for that type of an animal? Do you have a home that is big enough? If you live in an apartment, then a dog like Kubo is not going to be a great fit for you. Or if you work a lot of hours and don't have the time to get your animal and get them out for plenty of long walks and exercise, then maybe a dog like Max wouldn't be good for you, and a dog like Isabella might be a better fit. So it's important that you're taking all of those factors into consideration. And some apartment complexes even have restrictions on what types of dogs you can have in their facilities. So you want to make sure that you're doing all of the research before you even come into the shelter, so that you guys don't meet and fall in love with something that you're not going to be able to take home and love for an extended period of time. Max is a playful dog, as most puppies are. He's a little energetic. He's very friendly. He's a jumper and a barker. All of those types of things that are can be remedied with proper training. Things like tearing at furniture and being a little toy possessive are just common puppy things that need to be worked on. But our staff here says that he is easy to obtain. He's a little difficult to walk in that he can pull, but he reacts favorably to other dogs. So if you were thinking about maybe adding him as a friend for an existing pet, that would be a good fit as well. He loves to be petted, but he's going to need training. So it's really important to make sure that you're willing to go that extra mile and get him the proper training that he needs. Yeah. He is going to be going home as part of our puppy process, which means that we will take up to 4 applications, and then we'll do a bit of an extra assessment to find the right fit for the dog. It's not first come, first serve like it is for our other animals. Puppies here at the shelter go home for a price of $150, and that still includes the spay, neuter, rabies vaccination, county license, microchipping, and that free well visit. It's really a great deal. So if you're looking for a dog that kind of fits Max's description, stop by and visit him, and maybe you'll find a new companion for the holidays this year. Our last guest is Marley, and Marley came to us as a stray, so we don't know that much about her. She is a 1.5-year-old, approximately, pit bull mix. She's chocolate and white. She is full of energy. So if you're looking for maybe a bit of a project dog, somebody that's going to be able to go on lots of long runs and hikes with you, Marley's going to have the energy to keep up. But she is going to need some good manners training. She likes to jump, and she gets incredibly excited when she sees people. She wants to play and have a good time. So she's going to need some help from you to groom her into a more controlled dog, especially if you are wanting to take her out on runs and things like that. She has a beautiful coat, and she's got that great pit bull smile. She just has a lot of energy. She is listed as older children or adult home, just because we want to make sure that she's going to the right fit, somebody that can handle her energy, somebody that's not gonna, a family where maybe she's not gonna accidentally knock a child over or pull too hard on the leash and hurt somebody. But she is very friendly. She, according to some of our staff, she has no issues at all. She's just excited and jumps. She likes to initiate play. She walks past the other dogs kind of wagging her tail. She's got no signs of aggression. She just has a lot of energy, but as you can see, she kind of settled down fairly quickly here. She does like to play tug of war. That's one of her favorite games, and she likes to be petted and touched, and Randy found a spot there. She's just gonna need some work on manners. Things like don't jump on people, and don't pull on your leash, and basic stuff that all of our dogs need to know. But she's, she is food motivated. She couldn't wait to get more treats out of Randy's pocket. She quickly found that treat pocket. So she has a lot of potential, and she's very, very sweet. There are a lot of volunteers here who would say, and staff even, that would say that Marley's their favorite right now. So if you think that Marley is going to be your favorite, stop by and visit her. She's going to be going home for that $92.50 price here at Frederick County Animal Control. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the dog portion of our show today. But if you stay tuned after the break, we'll have 5 great cats that are also looking for their new forever homes.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and this is Catherine. We are Frederick County 911 dispatchers, and we're here to tell you what to expect when dialing 911.
We're on the line to listen, and we also have important instructions to give you. Your 911 operator needs to get essential information from you as quickly as possible by asking the following questions in this order.
What is the address of the emergency, so we can send the right help to the right location? What is the phone number you're calling from? If the line disconnects, we may need to call you back. What is your name, so we can address you properly? And tell me exactly what happened. Asking these questions allows operators to start dispatch to emergencies quickly.
Your 911 operator is often working closely with one or more dispatchers, obtaining important information which is relayed to responders who are on the way to your location while you are still on the phone.
This process is repeated on each call to ensure responders get to each emergency as quickly and safely as possible with the right information to provide the best service they can.
Law enforcement, fire and rescue, and other responders rely on 911 operators and dispatchers to obtain specific information that varies with each type of call. Sometimes it may seem as though your 911 operator is asking a series of unnecessary questions, but in fact this information is vital for getting the right help sent to the right place. Often, help is already on the way while your 911 operator is talking to you.
While emergency crews are responding, dispatchers continue to provide them with updated information gathered by your 911 operator.
Also, your 911 operator may be able to provide you with important life-saving direction, from how to safely exit a building on fire to CPR instruction, providing important information for staying safe and out of danger during a vehicle accident, as well as helping a caller deliver a baby.
For more information, visit frederickcountymd.gov/911 or call the non-emergency number at 301-600-1603.
Here's a special message to Frederick County employers. Are you planning to fill open positions? Have you been struggling to find the skills you require among job applicants? Frederick County Workforce Services not only offers solutions, but will also save your business time and money. We offer many benefits at no cost to your organization, such as a member of our professional team will serve as a point of contact for your recruitment and training needs. We'll consult with you to develop a customized recruitment plan for your organization. We can connect you with grant funding that is designated for hiring and training new employees. You'll have access to our on-site recruitment event space to meet with qualified candidates in person. We'll provide you with a variety of job listing opportunities, connecting you with a wide range of local talent. All this and more at no cost to you. To connect with us, visit frederickworks.com today.
Welcome back. For all of our feline fans, we have some great cats that are available for adoption for you here at Frederick County Animal Control. Our first guest is Bonnie, and Bonnie is very small. People may think that she's a kitten, but she's actually just petite. She is 4 to 5 years old. She came in at the end of October with 2 other male cats, and those guys recently were adopted together, but Bonnie is still waiting for her forever home. She's one of those guys that might be maybe a little easy to miss because she's housed on one of our bottom cages. It's really important when you're coming into the shelter not just to look around at eye level, but to look down, because we have so many cats that we have to utilize all of our cages. And sometimes when you're just looking at eye level, you might miss the cat that's actually the perfect one for your family, and that could be Bonnie. She's got some great big eyes and, as everyone knows, my favorite, the little pink nose. And she's just incredibly sweet. She's very calm, but we don't know that much about her because she was a stray. She seems to really be enjoying being a lap cat right now. When she first came in, she was very quiet. She didn't have any issues being in her carrier. She came out nicely and sat right on Randy's lap, kind of looked around, and then got comfortable. So she's going to make a great pet for someone who's looking for just a quiet companion to kind of sit and keep you warm on these cold winter days. But she, you know, like all cats, if you find that right perfect toy for them, they can get excited and want to play, but she's perfectly content just getting cuddles. I know that, you know, I like to wake up in the morning with a cat keeping me warm. And that's what she's looking for too. So if you're looking for just a sweet, quiet, well-behaved cat, please stop by and take a look at Bonnie. This next guest is actually a return to shelter. About 4 years ago, she was adopted out as a kitten named Ember from here, and unfortunately, she's ended up back here. Her new name is now Roxy. She came to us because a new family member was moving in who was allergic to cats, and so unfortunately they were unable to keep her, so they brought her back to us so that we could hopefully find her a great new home. There are a couple of things that you really need to take into consideration when you're thinking about adopting Roxy. The first is that she prefers a home without dogs, so if you have a dog at your house, she's probably not going to be a great fit for you. And the second thing is that she is declawed, which means that if you're going to be maybe letting her in or out, or if you have some other animals in the home that might be a little feisty, she doesn't have a way to defend herself. So you want to be cautious with that. But if you are looking for an animal that maybe you have small kids in your home and you're worried about that, she might be a good fit for you in that area. She is very sweet. When you walk by her cage, she comes right up to the front. She really wants attention. She's loving being petted right now. She went into her cat carrier really well, but she was a little cautious coming out in a new environment with new people she wasn't really familiar with, but she settled in quite nicely. She's playful and friendly. She's easy to handle. She's independent like most cats are, and she's been around other cats. She's been around babies and toddlers and children and men. So she's used to the gamut of things. She's just not a huge fan of dogs. You know, she's a great cat. She did apparently at one time have some litter box issues, but her family, as they should have, troubleshooted, and they moved her litter box to a new location, and she hasn't had any issues. She hasn't really had any issues here as well. So she's going to be a great family pet. She's quite confident as she's looking around the room. She doesn't seem to be scared or shy or anything, which can be a common result of having your cat declawed. She's very personable, and she's beautiful. So please stop by and visit with Roxy. She is one of the cats that's on kind of a bottom cage, and her coloring, while it's gorgeous, can kind of blend in with our stainless steel cages here. So don't miss out on visiting with her the next time you're here at the shelter. These guys are friends. They are Snickers and Angel. So Randy has Angel over there. She's a little bit bigger. She's could probably stand to shed a few pounds. And then I have a Snickers, and he is a 4.5-year-old male. They came in together, but they are not bonded. They are currently housed together. So if you're looking for two who, you know, you're wanting to get two that already kind of get along, then they could be a good option for you, but they do not have to go home together. It's just a way for us to kind of keep them company and save some space since we have so many animals looking for homes here at the shelter. These guys came to us because their owner was moving and just couldn't take them. They are desperately trying to see what's going on around here, and they want to get down and see what there is to explore. Snickers, when you approach the cage, is a little bit more outgoing, a little more friendly. Angel is a little shyer, a little more cautious, but they are super cute when you walk past their cage. They kind of sleep relatively close together. I wouldn't say that they're cuddling, but they use the loft, and they do like the top bunk, bottom bunk type of a thing. But they are not listed currently as one of our longtime residents. They haven't hit that 50-day mark, but they are becoming very close to hitting that mark here shortly. So they've been here since the 20th of October, so they're definitely ready to get out and get into a home. So you can stop by and visit with them. You don't have to, like I said, they're not bonded. You don't have to take both of them. If one or the other is kind of more striking to you and you're more interested in that personality, by all means take that one, because the other one will find a home. All of our animals, once they hit that adoption floor, will be adopted out or possibly go to a rescue organization that can help us find them good forever homes. If you did take both of these animals, however, you would get a discount for taking two. You get $20 off. And because Angel is 5, she's considered a senior, so you would get another $20 off on her. But these guys are, they're beautiful. They have very striking markings. They're just not necessarily fans of sitting here and hanging out on the show today. They want to get down and explore, and they're a little bit calmer in their cage because they're familiar with their environment. So stop by and visit them in the place where they're most comfortable right now. But these are friends, Angel and Snickers. The last cat that we have for you today is Sammy, and Sammy came to us back on September 17th. He actually came in with another cat named Snowball. Snowball got adopted in October, but shy Sammy here is still waiting to find his perfect home. He is 7 years old, so he qualifies for that $20 off senior discount, but he's also one of our longest residents. So during the month of December, he qualifies for that promotion that we have going on. So he would actually be going home for $40 off during the month of December. Sammy, as I mentioned, is a little shy, but he has come a long way since he first came into the shelter. He still kind of hangs out towards the back of his cage, but he is starting to come up more frequently, especially if the volunteers that come and visit him frequently, if he sees them walking by, he comes right up to the front of his cage. He comes up to the front of his cage in the morning and at lunch when he knows he's going to get fed. So he's doing a lot better, and as you can see right now, he's perfectly comfortable sitting kind of in a new environment with Randy. He's just you know, he's kind of squished back there, so he feels a little bit protected, but he's loving getting petted. Our volunteers that interact with him on a regular basis say that he loves to be petted. He's quick to purr, but he just takes a little time to warm up. So if you're taking him home, he's not going to necessarily come out and sit on your lap the very first day that you bring him home. He might want to kind of hang out by himself for a couple of days, get used to where he is, and then come and seek you out and get the attention and love that he's getting right now. You just have to take it slow with animals that are shy, just like you would have to, you know, engage people who are shy a little more slowly. But he is a fantastic guy. He's got beautiful markings. He's very soft and warm. He is a little bit overweight, so that's good for keeping you warm this winter, but you might want to consider putting him on a bit of a diet so that he can stay healthy and happy. He likes to sleep in his bed here at the shelter, but he took him a while to figure it out. He would just sleep next to it for a while. So if you have a nice, comfy pet bed, he's going to be a fan of that. He's just a really sweet guy who doesn't stick his paws out and reach out to you like maybe Roxy would or some of the other cats. So he needs a little bit more extra attention to get him noticed, but he is a beautiful guy, and he is deserving, just like all of our animals are, of a loving home for the holidays. So we hope that that's what Sammy gets this holiday season. Please stop by and visit him and all of the many animals that we have at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. As we've mentioned multiple times, we do have a promotion going on, so our longtime residents will be going home for a $20 discount. For dogs, that will be animals that have been here 30 days or longer, and for our cats and rabbits, it will be animals that have been here for 50 days or more. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Please tune in next week and see more of the many wonderful animals that we have available for adoption.